What up? It's your incredible man. Yes, I'm back at it again, and this is My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 2, aka Episode 65, discussion slash review. And this week was absolutely fantastic, man. Last week was nothing but a reintroduction and trying to get you reintroduced to the whole world of My Hero Academia, and so you can remember the students' names and their quirks and powers and everything that's going on so far if you've forgotten or if you're not reading the manga. And that was cool, that was fine, that was nice. But this week, we got an actual progression episode, and it was phenomenal, man. We finally got to see Overhaul on camera, man. Oh, okay. I read the manga up to a certain point, and it was absolutely beautiful. Matter of fact, I read it up to one of the real big fight scenes that's coming on, and it was boss, and I stopped and I was like, well, I don't want to read anymore. I want to be surprised and fulfilled when I see it in the anime. And that's why I stopped reading the manga. So now I'm super excited to see each episode every week. And this episode was phenomenal, man. It was so boss, dude. Seeing Overhaul was just wonderful. Seeing Night Eye is my favorite character, and seeing him was just a blessing, man. It was nice to see him on camera and have their whole interaction going on. So let's talk about the episode and what my thoughts were, man. So this week we picked up, like I said, it picked up right after last week's episode. Since we got reintroduced last week, this week we kind of just picked off and took off running. So we got to see everyone, well, not everyone. We saw Midoriya talking to Gran Torino, trying to find a work hero study program so he could be a part of one. But the school doesn't really want the kids to take part in that because, let's be real, the students of 1A and the students at the UA Academy, they've been involved with more villain fights than any students in the previous history of the UA Academy. So I can see them being a little skeptical about having the whole program take place. But they decided to let it take place anyway, and they're going to do it. And the fun thing about this is because Midoriya gets to take place with Night Eye, man. He was trying to find someone, and Gran Torino told him that he's working on something and he couldn't do it. So he told him why not try to hook up with Sir Night Eye. So Midoriya went to talk to All Might to try to hook him up with Night Eye, but All Might was one of the people that didn't want them to take place in the work study program. And he's also kind of dealing with some issues from his personal feelings with Night Eye. So he doesn't want to introduce him to Night Eye. But he introduced him to someone that could introduce him to Night Eye, and that is Togata. And we all know that Togata is a wonderful character as well. We got to see the big three this episode, and we got to see that Bakugo and Todoroki both have to go and retake the exams because, you remember, they didn't pass when everybody else passed, so they have to retake their exams. But he introduced them to Togata. So Togata and Midoriya were both in the office, and they had a discussion with All Might, and All Might was asking Togata, could he introduce Midoriya to Night Eye? And at that time, Togata asked Midoriya what was his goal to be a hero. And he was going to give him his typical thing. He's like, well, I just want to save people with a smile on my face. But then he thought about his mom and all the circumstances he had to overcome building up to this point. So he changed his whole thing. And he was like, I just want to be a hero where people don't have to worry about me and I could just save people. And then we get to see him at Night Eye's place of his what is it? Anyway, his building, Night Eye's building, the place where like he takes calls for his hero work. And we get to see Bubble Girl, and it's nice to see Bubble Girl as well. We see her talking to Night Eye and giving her a status report on a case they're working, and he was so mad that she didn't make him laugh in the whole while she was reading the whole report. So he took her and strapped her to the machine and it started tickling. It was fun. I enjoyed this whole episode, man. And then Togata told Midoriya that you gotta make him smile. Remember that. So Midoriya used his All Might impersonation where he looked like All Might, had his hair like he was the perfect All Might example, and that pissed Night Eye off, man. He was like, "Are you mocking Oh my! So it was fun, and I love Night Eye. Night Eye is a cool character. His powers is wonderful, and he's one of those characters that you have no choice but to enjoy if you're a fan of My Hero Academia, man. And that's how the episode ended. Now, I skipped the whole beginning because that's what I really wanted to focus on this episode. So, after everything that I just talked about, the episode started off with us watching Overhaul and Tomura getting to like a discussion. They were talking, and we found out that Overhaul is like the leader of the Yakuza now, and in that day and age, organized crime really isn't a big thing because you have villains, you have heroes, and heroes taking down all of these guys that do simple villain jobs. So there's no need or room for organized crime. But Overhaul wants to change that fact and wants to make like dude is a legit villain. Now, people told me, like, after I stopped reading the manga, people told me that it picks up way more and Tomura becomes like a legit boss, like in the chapters that's happening ongoing and everything now. So that's something to look forward to. But like as of right now, Overhaul is the guy, man. If you thought villain in My Hero Academia, you gotta look at Overhaul. This dude is a legit villain, and if he didn't sell you in his first few moments on screen, you're missing out, man, because dude was a legit boss. This dude, he told these guys that like what they were doing is pointless and irrelevant. You guys used like some of your strongest guys and you lost them. Dude, like you guys don't know what you're doing, but work under me and I'll show you how to do it right. And they're like, we're not working under you. And then we had Big Sis saying that she's not working under anybody. We gathered together not to work under anybody, and dude, that did not go well. So we had Overhaul and Tomura kind of clashing with like ideals, and at that moment, Big Sis came to attack Overhaul, and it did not go well. Now, I don't want to spoil it for non-manga readers because I read it up to a certain point, and I know what the bullet is. I know what the bullet is, but I'm not going to spoil it. So I'll just keep calling it the bullet. So they shot the bullet at Big Sis and the dude with the hat. I can't think of his name. Oh man, I can't remember his name. Both of those people had been shot with a bullet. And now, this is where it comes in, man. For some reason, when they got shot with the bullet, their power wasn't working. So Overhaul used his power, took his glove off, and wiped Big Sis off the map. Oh no! And it was so fantastic the way that he done it. It was so good, and I was reminiscent of the exact pages in the manga when that happened because it was just that good. Then we have to dude in the hat trying to attack Overhaul as well. And I don't know if anybody else seen it, but that's when he got shot with a bullet as well, and Overhaul's skin started to bubble. And then that's when Overhaul used his powers again and took off dude's arm. And that's when Tomura was pissed. So he went to attack Overhaul, and Overhaul used a guard. And Tomura killed one of his dudes because of Tomura's powers. And it was so... Dude, that's how you do an episode. I mean, episode 1 was nice, but this episode was magnificent, man. It was wonderful, man. There was nothing about this episode that you could not love. I even loved the latter half with Night Eye and Midoriya and Togata and All Might. All of that was good. But that's why I saved this part for the ending because, dude, I wanted to go so much in depth with this part about Overhaul and Tomura and all of the villains because then we had Twice was mad. We had, dang, what's the girl's name? Anyway, the chick, I know her name, man. The chick that's in love with Midoriya for some reason. She just wants to kill him and take his blood and stuff. She was like, Tomura-san, I'm going to cut these guys. I'm going to kill them. So then, me knowing what's going to happen and eventually, it's so well. And I'm so excited to see everything happen, man. And dude, that whole fight scene was just epic, man. And I'm ready for the act. See, it's so, look at my face. I can't stop smiling because that's how good this episode was, man. This is your boy Nick Incredible, man. Don't forget to smash that like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.